What's up, everybody? My name's Evan. I'm here with this video talking about how a House Democrat wants to move forward to impeach Trump and how this is a big problem for Democrats, believe it or not. And we're going to get into that. But before we do, I would really like it if you could like, comment, subscribe. Sharing is going to be above and beyond. I would really appreciate that, but I'm not expecting anyone to, because I'm gonna be real, I don't even really do that with videos I support. So without further ado, let's get into it. So you have House Representative Shirai Thandar introducing the resolution as privileged on Tuesday, meaning that leaders have 2 days to take it up for a vote. Now, a lot of people are hesitant to do this, and the reason being is because it is not politically advantageous to be Trump deranged right now. That ship has sailed. You can't be someone that's a complete partisan hack, at least not right now. People are tired of it. They're fatigued from it. So as Fox writes, a lone House Democrat is moving to force a chamber-wide vote on his impeachment resolution against President Donald Trump. House Representative Shirai Thandar, a Democrat from Michigan, introduced his impeachment resolution as privileged on Tuesday afternoon, meaning leaders have 2 days of the House in session to take up the legislation. House GOP leaders could move to table the motion, a procedural vote aimed to scuttle a piece of legislation without having lawmakers vote on the legislation itself. But an impeachment vote will likely put vulnerable House Democrats in a tough spot. So, going back to what I said, Democrats, especially ones that aren't in a stronghold, do not want to have to vote on impeaching Trump, because they are in that margin of error where lashing out against the president, against people that feel like he's more or less on the good track, or he's doing things that they do like even if they don't love him, could put them in a place where they don't make re-election. And it's very important this cycle for Democrats, especially because they want to take back the House majority. If Trump maintains the House majority, then if you think the sweeping reforms that he's done so far have been a lot, you haven't seen nothing. Having the next 2 years is vital to the Trump America First agenda. Democrats have struggled to unite behind a potent message since the 2024 election. Such a vote could be politically perilous for the most vulnerable members as they work to win back the House majority in 2026. No Republicans are likely to support impeaching Trump, meaning Thandar's measure will likely fail. So this brings up like an interesting thing, right? Because you have people that don't really follow politics like super closely, and a vote against Trump, they're going to just assume you're against Trump. What I would say is, if we as a party could tell our constituents we're going to allow this vote to happen, it's not going to pass. No Republicans are going to allow Trump to be impeached. But if we could bring to a vote and just weed out some of these more vulnerable Democrat districts, I think that would be very politically advantageous for 2026. But with that said, you're never going to be able to break it down to all your constituents. They have lives, they have work, they have payday loans they got to pay. Like, they have too much going on that they're not going to be able to weed through what is an attempt to lure out vulnerable Democrats and a Republican actually betraying the party. And I feel like there's a lot of political commentators that also wouldn't give a good faith breakdown of why Republicans will allow Trump impeachment to come to a vote. So I wanted to show you this party breakdown, right? This is the current House of Representatives. However, there are 2 vacancies. You have Texas Democrat Representative Sylvester Turner and Arizona Democrat Representative Raul Grijalva. Now, normally a vacancy would be a great thing. However, you got to take this with a grain of salt, because both of these representatives are from fairly strong Democratic strongholds. More so the late representative from Texas. I actually have just a simple Google search. Texas 18th Congressional District. You can see right here the Cook PVI is D+21, which is a partisan voter index. It shows you how much a party leans either which way in a district. And D+21 is, it's pretty much guaranteed that district is going to remain Democrat. It would take something very out of the ordinary, damn near a miracle, for this district to flip. If we go over to the actual political report, Cook Political Report website, we can see that Arizona Congressional District 3, which is Rawls' district, he is a D13 candidate. So in other words, both of these districts don't operate on a very tight margin. So losing that incumbency may not hold a whole lot of weight, especially since they're not really losing it on the merit to their constituents. They died. They passed away. You know, they served their district until they could not. Now, me and you may disagree on the actual competency of those representatives and things they've done for the country, but that doesn't matter because we don't live there, or there's a very good chance that we don't. If you do, comment. Let me know what you think of them. But with that said, both of those districts that have become vacant are probably the best possible districts that could have become vacant for the Democratic Party. I think it would be amazing to see this come to a vote. Republicans obviously don't allow Trump to be impeached, but having to force it to a vote and make these vulnerable Democrats take a side, that would be great. That would be political chess over checkers. Well, that's all I had for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, please like, comment, subscribe. You could share, that's going up and above as I mentioned, but hey, no harm, no foul if you don't. With that said, I'm Evan and I am out.